neck collar on. On the passenger side of the car, they're making what's called a purchase. They're putting what's called the Hearst tool, otherwise known as the jaws of life, and they are pinching between the tire and the hood. This creates an opening that they will later use to open the door further. Fireman Leah uses a tool called a Halligan, invented by a fireman many years ago. Multi-purpose tool. Fireman Mullaney working the jaws of life, spreading the car, which exerts 10,000 pounds per square inch. That's a lot of power. The tool is connected to a generator which has hydraulic fluid in it. These tools are checked every single tour by the New York City Fire Department. At the start of every tour, they make sure that every tool is on the truck, and they make sure that every tool works. And if it's not, we send it out and get another one to replace it. They've now opened the hood, and they are disconnecting the battery to remove any threat of spark that might ignite a fire. The lieutenant is directing where to make the purchase. He's the man in charge at this time. He tells the firemen where to cut, where to make the purchases, where to put the jaws of life. You'll see that under the car are what's called chocks. Those are big pieces of wood that are put out there, again, to help stabilize the car so that it doesn't roll around. Fireman Leo is now using what's called the O-cutters. Children, guess why it's called the O-cutters? Because it looks like the letter O. That's correct. He's cutting what's called the A-post. There are 3 posts on this car. The front one is called the A, the middle one is called the B, and the back one is called the C. Correct. The newer cars, we firemen, we have to be careful because there's airbags and lots of them in all these new cars. We have to be careful that they do not explode as we cut the car apart.
Watch your eyes. Just flying a little bit.
Every cut is precise and well calculated to make the extrication as quick but as safe as possible. Do you think that this gentleman who owns this car wants this car back? I don't think so. The lieutenant has directed that he wants this door off, and he wants it off fast. So the firemen are going to work quickly to get this door off. EMS at this time would be standing by, ready to transport this patient to the hospital. The men of 25 truck do this on a regular basis. I'm not sure if you're aware, but Manhattan is known to have some crazy drivers. You can see the fireman using the tool to cut the windshield out. Perhaps we'll take the patient out that way. That tool cuts through a windshield like butter.
Shield.
The windshield will not shatter like the other windows that you saw shatter because there's actually two pieces of glass pressed up against a piece of plastic in the middle. Fireman Mullaney and Fireman Gerasi have removed the door. Does anybody need a door? You'll notice the gear that the firemen are wearing. They have their eye shields down so that there is no debris that might go into their eyes. They wear helmets so that they don't bang their heads. They wear gloves so they do not cut their hands. They wear gear that is very difficult to penetrate. They have knee pads on in case they need to crawl around. Their boots have steel tips that can withstand up to 500 pounds. Children, here's the test. What post is he cutting with the O-cutters? Is it the A, the B, or the C? The B, that is correct. Now he's cutting what? He's cutting the C post. Again, wanting to take this door off. Many things are going on at one time to help these victims out. These men have trained long and hard in Proby School. It's now a convertible. Fireman Gerasi making that purchase with the jaws of life. You'll notice that Fireman Gerasi on his hip, right here with the orange, in that bag he's wearing is a rope in case he's actually in a fire and needs to get out of a window. He can dispense that rope and get down.
This is ladder company 25 from the Upper West Side.
Fireman Mullaney right now is going after the hinges of the door that he will cut with the O-cutters. If you did not see it earlier, the fireman went under the car just to make sure that there was no fluid leaking. We don't want any fluids to get in the groundwater, and if there was, we have tools to mitigate that situation. Would anybody like to buy this car? So they've taken both doors off. They've taken the windshield out. They've taken the roof off. Fireman Leah is going to pinch the side of the car here, the wheel well. You don't want to get your finger stuck in there. The tool he is holding weighs in excess of 65 pounds. Fireman Leo goes to the gym every day so that he can hold that tool. These tools that they are used not only on cars, but they can be used on trains and buses and all sorts of different things that you can imagine. Many times the fireman has to improvise in order to afford a rescue. You'll notice that the hoses are two different colors, and that's for a reason. That's so that we know which tool is being pulled where. So that if Fireman Fordham says to Fireman Gerasi, give me more on the orange, he knows which tool he's talking about.
Okay, again, the guys from Company Ladder 25, Upper West Side, doing auto extrication demonstration, and they're using the jaws of life and all the various tools needed to complete a rescue during a real emergency.
Fireman Mulaney can show us the radio that he's wearing. All the firemen here are wearing radios, and that's to communicate to one another. In a loud situation, they may need to do that, or a situation where they're not near each other.
Okay. Alright, that's the gist of it. FDNY Ladder 25 is doing an auto extrication and rescue.